Welcome to something brand new for the channel. This is RiMS Racing, the newest motorcycle game. For those of you who don't know, RiMS Racing is available now on the PC, Xbox, and PlayStation, and RiMS Racing is actually sponsoring today's video. So if you do want to check this game out, click the link in my description. Today, we're gonna jump into RiMS Racing for the very first time. We've got to start off with the tutorial and then jump into some bike customization, building a team, and so much more. Seriously, there is some really cool stuff in this game.
Hit the throttle and steer to control the motorbike.
I think I could manage that. Away we go on the Superbike around Zolder. Let's see what we've got. If you've never heard of RiMS Racing before, seriously, this game is something else. It's the first motorbike simulation game that combines realistic racing challenges with mechanics and engineering. You'll see what I mean in a second. Anyways, we've completed the tutorial. Do you want to start a new career? Let's go.
The calendar is full of events on international circuits and very challenging road tracks. We will be dealing with some of the fastest and highest performance motorbikes ever made. But remember, speed alone is not enough to be the new RiMS World Champion. Welcome to your headquarters. Here you can manage all aspects of your career. Here you can manage every aspect of your motorbike, from tuning to the mounted components. Let's start by choosing a brand new motorbike by going into motorbike selection.
We've got to get our first bike already, and we've got CBR 1000 double Rs. We've got Kawasaki Ninjas 10 double Rs. We've even got a Yamaha R1. Seriously, there are some insane bikes out here. If you know me, you guys know I like one bike brand more than any other, and that is these guys at Kawasaki. I don't know why. Ever since I was a little kid, I love the bright green Kawasaki bikes. So that is what we're going with. Once confirmed, the motorbike cannot be changed. Okay. Again, if you've been watching the channel for a little while, you know how much I love stuff like this. When you can actually go in and customize your character, it is so awesome. So let's build our own little driver and get going. You can customize some crazy stuff in here, like choosing what foot you start the races on, or what you want your riding style to be. That is so cool. And then you can customize all of your gear. Let's go. The guys over at RiMS Racing were actually telling me once you progress through the game far enough, there are over 200 different parts to personalize your character, which is super cool. I'm just saying, if we're gonna be playing this game, we should probably do it properly. I think we look good now. Now that we've finished customizing our character, we can come over to the calendar and take a look at some of these events. We have 70 events in Season 1 for us to take part in. Some of these events are really, really cool. For example, our first event is an academy event to teach us how to race. We've also got events like this around Suzuka where we've got to go and do challenges. We have branded events where if we do well, we'll get parts from some of these brands. I'm starting over here though, Academy event number 1. I have 3 things that I need to do. Activate the motorbike status check, perform a pit stop, and set a time of less than 7 minutes. Sounds easy enough. Let's give it a go. So I've got to hold the clutch off the line, rev it up, and away we go. So how exactly do I do that? I'm already getting achievements too. That's really awesome.
Access the motorbike status check to monitor the status of your motorbike.
Aha, there we go. So
it has its own statistics and condition values.
That's actually so cool. So I can check my suspension. My suspension is just fine right now. I can check the ECU. The ECU is looking good as well. And that allows me to even come in here, change the traction control. Anyways, we've completed task number 1 already. Now we've got to do another lap of Zolder over here and get into the pit stop. Zolder's pit lane is straight ahead. I've entered the pit lane. So these are the tires that I have on the bike right now. Diablo, Super Corsa, whatever. These tires are brand new, so I can toss them on. What? No way. Left stick, I gotta do that. So what does that do? I'm taking off the front tire. This is so cool. This is sick. Okay, put the tires back on. Thank you. Yo, put the fuel in. Hold Y. Are we getting on? We're getting on. Back on the bike. The little details in this game are so sick. All I have to do now is 2 more laps of Zolder and task complete. Hopefully I can get them done in less than 7 minutes. It shouldn't be that difficult, so let's go. You really have to change the way you think about riding a bike versus driving a car. I'm so used to driving around this circuit in cars that I can get on the brakes at like the last second. On a bike, no way. You've got to get on the brakes super early. Make sure you're braking in a straight line or you're gone. And there we go. Just like that, across the line. What? I did it too slowly? No. We're getting some solid XP after that one. Our rider level's nearly up to level 2 already. Okay.
A professional rider knows how important maintenance is to keep the motorbike at its peak performance.
You saying I'm not a professional motorbike rider? What gives you that idea? Uh-oh. What I do want to showcase that's really cool as well is the workshop area, because I've never seen something like this in a game. If you go to the motorbike mechanics, you can see the health and like the performance of everything that's on your bike. What you can do in here though is super special, because I can have these brake calipers, for example, OEM brake calipers from every single Kawasaki. I can unmount these parts and literally unscrew them. I am not joking. I am taking apart my brake calipers and the brake pads. If I go to the inventory in the shop though, and I switch it over to the shop, I can come down and buy some new brake calipers from like tons of brands again, like Brembo. I got Kawasaki parts in there. Like, that's sick. These things are a lot of money, so I probably don't want to waste money on them, as the ones I've still got on the bike are kind of okay. Well, the ones I had on the bike were okay, so now that I took them off, I've got to immediately put them back on. It's super unique. I have never seen something like that in another game like this. I don't know what this section of research is. What's this?
Here you can buy skills using team points. But first you have to hire researchers by paying a fee in credits.
Firstly, I need to purchase the research area, progress through the skill tree to unlock more information about the MSC, opponents, weather, asphalt conditions. You know what? I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna spend some money on that. So now I've got more information when I do head over to my calendar and I can choose my next event. I've one of 3 options. I've got this Brembo race that again is taking place on Zolder. I have this 1v1 face-off event around Atlantic Road. Okay, so that's one of those virtual places. Or I have a rest event, so I don't have any wear on the bike, but I don't get any rewards. I think I want to try this one. So here we go. Jump on the bike for our first 1v1 race. So hold the clutch and rev it up. And away we go for the first 1v1 bike race. Now, what I was saying before, how there's obviously real-world circuits in this game, like Suzuka or Zolder, there's also these road trip events. There's a whole bunch of locations around the entire world where you can go on these road trips around locations like this. Let's see, though, if I can actually close it. Well, that's certainly one way to overtake the competition. Okay, this is actually mega quick, though. That was 280 kilometers an hour right there. That's a bit sketchy. The sound of the bike, though, is insane. That's so sick. Come on, Kawasaki. Do not mess this up. That was air. And here's the finish line. Slow it down. I nearly understeered wide right there. But we got him. Thank you very much. P1. We got a nice little lead there, too. 4 seconds. That's pretty good. I'll take that. We get 2,000 credits from that and 1 team point. So we can continue to upgrade all of those things that we were doing. And look at how much XP we get. Okay, we're already up to level 5. After all of that, we can go back to the calendar for event number 3. And this is a super cool one because we can actually choose one of the manufacturers to race for. For example, we can race for Ducati around Silverstone, race a Honda around Canadian Tire Motorsports Park, race an Augusta around Zolder, a Suzuki around Fuji, or a Yamaha around Suzuka. There is some cool stuff. I kind of want to whip out the Ducati around Silverstone. We've got 5 laps ahead of us, and we get some pretty good money if we do well. What's even cooler, though, is when you come come into these races, you've got a full race weekend. Starting in free practice, we can skip this session because it's just practice. We don't need that. We're already good enough, clearly. Uh-oh. Jump on the bike for 5 laps of Silverstone. So clutch is in, rev it up, and away we go for our first race around here. All right, some of these bikes are so unforgiving, it is insane. So let's send it up the inside, brake super early, brake in a straight line, lift off the brakes and into the corner nicely. I think that's going to be the biggest takeaway of this game, though, is we've just got to drive carefully. This is one of those games where if you get overly confident with your vehicle, you will get spit out so quickly and you'll crash, you'll roll your bike, and you'll have to start from the back. So we gotta take it slow and steady. And just like that, though, we are already up to P1. So I think we might need to do something about the difficulty in this game. But for right now, this is looking pretty good. Guys, I just found a new camera in the game that allows you to see what your driver sees. I mean, I don't really know who would play in this view, but jeez, that's so cool. Scary, but really cool. Bring it to the line at Silverstone. We take P1 even with our massive penalty. I think we need to change the difficulty. Now that we've completed some of our career events, though, I want to back out of the career and actually to the main menu of the game, which we haven't actually gone to just yet. Obviously, there's single player, multiplayer. You can actually play like split screen co-op. What I wanted to do for our final event today is a single race. I want to choose the bike. I am given the option of any of these bikes. So that's the same Kawasaki I've been running with a crazy paint job. Or maybe I want to jump on one of the Suzukis because these are crazy fast. Or I could jump on this, the RSV4. This thing is going to be scary fast. And then I've got to choose one of the tracks in the game. So I could choose any of these real life circuits, or maybe I go for one of these road racing events because these were pretty cool. So why don't I try the $1 Million Highway? I like it. After that, I can choose the weather condition, the time of day, and so on. Let's see what this bike is made of. So rev it up. And away we go for the $1 Million Highway. I'm starting in dead last, 10 out of 10. So we've got a 10-kilometer race ahead of us here, mainly focused around a highway, but I did notice some very slow speed corners as well that I'm going to want to watch out for because I know those are going to sneak up on me. I think what we've learned today, though, is this game takes no prisoners. If you start to get too comfortable with this game will just spit you out and you'll be in dead last. So you've got to drive super carefully and try not to tip over. We're getting some serious lean through these corners. That's sick. This is what I was meaning. Those super tight technical parts. That was 55 degrees of lean we were getting through the corner there. We dropped down to P3, but we've immediately taken P2 back with P1 just in the distance. Do not mess this up. There's still 5-6 kilometers of this race. We can catch him. No way I'm losing this. Not now. 3 kilometers left. Come on. I've got AI all around. Can I send it around the outside? No. Be safe. That was definitely not safe. That's the last corner. Get to the finish line. Let's go. Let's go. What a sick race. P1. There you go, though. That is your first look at RiMS racing. A little bit of the career mode, how management, building all of your bikes works, and customization. Seriously, it is so cool. Thank you so much to RiMS Racing for sponsoring this video. If you do want to check this game out for yourself, click the link in my description. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys soon with some more. See you then. Bye!